Hey everybody, welcome on in to Sports Live in the 215. In the second video today, we will be previewing the Phillies and Padres series. We'll take a look at the pitching matchups, players to watch for both teams, and I'll give my series prediction. This should be a really good series. Two good ball clubs. One team that's in first place in their division against a team that's fighting to be in that same position. Obviously, your first place Philadelphia Phillies against the San Diego Padres, who I believe are second in the NL West with a 45-38 record. I mean, the Dodgers are just absolutely just pasting everybody. Or actually, or anyway, um, but both teams have a good record. I'm just so used to the Dodgers just owning that division. I know they've had a bunch of injuries, but anyway, let's get to this series. I think this should be a really competitive series. I think the Phillies are throwing out three really good arms, and the Padres are as well. So it should be fun. With that being said, excuse me. Let's get to the pitching matchups. On the mound tonight for the Friars is knuckleballer Matt Waldron, who will be making his season debut tonight. I believe he's been injured for most of the year or in AAA somehow. He's most likely been injured most of this year, so it'll be really interesting to see him pitch. One of the few pitchers in today's game who actually utilizes a knuckleball, and his knuckleball is basically one of the best that baseball's ever seen. I mean, it's just in the age of spin rate and all these different metrics, RPM, and all this stuff. No wonder why Waldron is as good as he is pretty routinely. So it should be a really unique challenge for the Phillies bats, and one bat in particular that I'm excited to see for the first time in almost a month is Bryce Harper. He will be making his he'll be making his long-awaited return to the Phillies lineup after being MIA since I believe June the 6th. So it should be it's very exciting to have him back. It should be very interesting to see what kind of shape his wrist is in, and like if it's fully back or is this like a 4 or 5 game reunion with Harper, and then you have to kind of shut him down for a period of time. But hopefully Bryce is here for the long haul. It's just so exciting watching that guy play. But anyway, we'll see how that all shakes out. And the year starter for the Philadelphia Phillies tonight is the always dangerous Zach Wheeler. Zach he's 7-3 with a 2.45 ERA to go along with 126 strikeouts. yeah, this should be a really good pitching matchup, and I'm excited to see which um which pitcher comes out on top in this one. And then that first pitch tonight is at 6:35 from Citizens Bank Park. And then tomorrow the Padres are throwing former Philly Nick Pivetta, who's 8-2 with a 3.36 ERA and 101 strikeouts, against Christopher Sanchez, who's 8-2 with a 2.79 ERA and 103 strikeouts. Yet again, another great pitching matchup, and I'm excited to see how that one shakes out. It should be a really fun one. Yeah. Then let's preview the final game of this 3-game set. The Padres will throw former Yankee, I believe, Dylan Cease, who is 3-7 with a 4.53 ERA and 117 strikeouts, and he'll be opposed by Phillies rookie right-hander Mick Abel, who is 2-1 with a 3.47 ERA and 18 strikeouts. If you remember, he was supposed to pitch the Friday night series opener against Atlanta, but the rain had a lot to do with why he didn't pitch. It was like a 2 hour and a half rain delay, so Topper just decided, let's shut him down, save him for the final game on Wednesday. So, with that being said, now that we've previewed the pitching matchup, let's get to the series. The players to watch. For the Padres, I feel like your player to watch has got to be Fernando Tatis Jr. Or Manny Machado. Those two guys have been stalwarts in the Padres lineup since 2019 when the Padres signed Tatis out of I believe Venezuela as an international free agent, and the Padres signed Manny Machado as a free agent to a 10-year, $300 million contract. Yeah, I think both those guys are players that the Phillies will need to keep in check in order to win this series against a very quality San Diego Padres baseball club. And for the Phillies, there's only one name as your player to watch, and for me, it's got to be Bryce Harper. The Phillies offense has sorely missed having Harper back in the lineup. So hopefully hopefully Bryce is able to perform at his peak capabilities with hopefully a very well mended wrist. But we'll see kind of how that all shakes out, and I'm really excited to see him play again. And it's been a long almost month, a long like 3 weeks or so. So it should be will be a lot of fun to see how Bryce will perform and how how he'll respond to the pressure of returning to the Phillies lineup. And if there's one thing we know about Bryce Harper, he loves those high pressure moments, those kind of gotta have it moments. And I think there'll be plenty in this series with how good the Padres are and how good the Phillies are. So with that being said, let's get to this series prediction. I believe the Phillies will take 2 out of 3 from the Padres. I mean, our pitching staff is one of the very best in baseball, and I think that the Phillies will be able to contain this this vaunted Padres offense. So we'll see how that all shakes out. And with that being said, um, thank you guys for listening to this rather. And as always, go Phillies.